also very pleased to have the support from the Ottawa Police Association. Support from the police is fantastic anytime, especially remember that in case I'm moving too quickly in the future. They've been able to be a big participant in this event, as well as contribute funding, and I'm probably putting them on the spot, but Chief, we're going to get you up here as well. Chief Vern White, along with Andrea Lamont from the Ottawa Police Association, if they wish to come up and say a few words at this time. So, Andrea. Ladies first is the best way to do things.
The Chief will come up and speak on behalf of the services later. Andrea represents the association themselves, and I don't know how, I guess because Steve's away, he got sort of sucked into doing this.
It's a great argument.
Yes. They support us in many other ways, with their rank and file giving up their time and their effort, and we do appreciate everything they do.
Get to you later, Chief, or you want to talk?
Whatever you like.
If you'd like to come up now, then. I'm getting my direct orders from over here.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to say how great it was to see the presentation today. I think a lot of us in the community see Christie Lake Kids as a camp, and it's great to see other attendants. So great presentation, great to see the difference you're making in the community. For us, it's all about the future, and all too often I think we get stuck in the past, so it's great work. Speaking of the past, I want to thank and congratulate Mike Johnson on the work he's done with Christie Lake Kids. I think he told me he was accountable. I would argue it's that community service that probably put him into the police service for the last few decades. He's really old. Or 4 decades, whatever it is. He's a police officer and leader in the Ottawa Police Service. But we honestly appreciate the relationship we have with Christie Lake Kids, and I hope that that relationship continues as we move forward. We did put in 2 changes we requested for the races this year. No headshots. And secondly, we wanted some form of assistance to those of us who are in heavier boats. Last year we were given a much heavier canoe this year based on the gun up, and some of the other teams, they should have to take weight on if they're going to continue. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you, Chief. It's funny because I didn't know that you were referring to the weight of the boat when you said heavier boats. Another door prize. Change the subject. Chief, you like hockey? We'll announce the number as well. Another 4-pack of 67s tickets. If someone can raise their hand and answer this question, so we can do this fairly, bring you back to your camp days. Who is the leading point getter on the 67s, or who has the most goals? It's the same player, and he tied for the league lead in points. Absolutely, 108 points, 57 goals. And another door prize. The lovely Cornerstone Bar and Grill gift certificates, 296-117. 296-117. Some very good eats in store here. Noah, all right, moving along. $296-091. 296-091. Come on up. Congratulations. No? 296-128. 296-128. Some fine dining in the market. There we go. We'll keep those up throughout the morning as well, but gives me great pleasure now, you heard about him earlier, to introduce someone that is actually affected by your help and support. We'll call young man Jesse Boucher up to the stand to talk a little bit about Christie Lake Kids and how it's helped him. So, warm welcome.
Hi guys. I came up here today to tell you guys how Christie Lake has changed my life and how I have changed other kids' lives. Not only me, my whole team as Sync facilitators, and I'm proud to be with them. I like to go to camp, and not even only camp, like the in-city programs to help kids and sorry. Sorry. I had a panic attack. Okay. Sorry,
Jesse,
I'm messing my words up.
From here, right here, what do we mean to you?
What Christie Lake means to me is something that I could go to sleep and wake up knowing that I put smiles on other kids' faces. And that they did the same for me since I've been a kid. I've been with Christie Lake since I was 7. I don't regret one day of it. I always talk about it, even to my friends when they don't want to hear about it. I make them listen. I know it's something that's been in my life, and I want people to know about it. If they're my friends, they're gonna have to deal with it. Sorry.
Jesse, what's life like at home?
Okay. Life at home is always a struggle, I guess I could say the easiest way. Because I don't know, we've been kicked out of 3 places within 2 years. And we've been getting kicked out of this one unless we get rid of the big dogs. And like I said, Christie Lake is with me here for this because I have a friend that's trying to help me find a place for my dog because I don't want to get rid of her, and he knows someone good for her. And we just have low budget of food, and Christie Lake is there for us for that. We have not a lot of, well, I guess I don't got a lot of clothes because I don't really care about my stuff when I move out. I just want to get what I need and leave. So I don't really have that much clothes, and Christie Lake is here for that. They bought me some Christmas gifts and a lot of clothes, and they've been there for me no matter how bad, no matter how big the situation is. They're there right behind me, and I feel safe with them. I could go to camp, go to bed, wake up without having to look out my house to see if someone's watching me or something. In the city, it's a different story because, I don't know, there's just lots of problems. And, yeah. Sorry.
So Jesse, last question. How do you get up in the morning for school?
Well, I got my note or Tammy coming in the morning, ringing my buzzer until I get up. And if I don't get up, then my dogs are gonna wake us up because the buzzer the dogs don't like, so they go crazy when they hear it. And usually when I don't wake up, then they start to call. And then after they've called, then somebody will most likely walk out the building, and they'll come and knock on my door. So either way, I have to get up, and if I don't get up, well, there's no such thing as not good enough. Yeah, but I really thank them for the school thing because I've been doing good in school. Like, I've been like missing a bit, but other than that, I've been doing good. When I'm there, I do my work and make sure I finish it, so I don't have to do it at home. My home time is a break just to stay with my mom and help her out and talk to her when she needs someone to talk to.
So Jesse, if Christie Lake Kids and the support of everybody in here wasn't here, what would your life be like?
To be honest, I think I'd be a couch potato, just playing the PS3 and probably, to be honest, being in jail right now. That's as bad as I can see it in my head because I've already been close to be going there. But when I was 13, and then I went to Christie Lake and they just changed my mind to reality. Like, doing crimes isn't a game. If you do a crime, you gotta be responsible and do the time. And I don't really want to do time by the sound of it.
So thanks, Jesse. So you understood in context for Jesse's life. Christie Lake Kids were not just inner city and summer camp. If you look, we're going to hold this really high. This is Jesse's family. Every single member of Jesse's family except Tristan has either gone to summer camp, so we have special events that Christie Lake Kids participate in. Volunteering, we have summer camp as staff members, we have just summer camp for the 12 days, we have inner city programs for the 30 weeks, we have camp weekends, and we have LIT. So every dollar, every 50 cents, every penny you raise goes into every single one of these programs, and the youth have the opportunity. So you're less likely to get in trouble, whether dealing drugs, offend, bully, harm somebody, when you're out at a special event with them a week before. You're less likely to want to steal or get involved in gangs or drugs or anything else when you are out there making money up at our summer camp, or you're going through the youth employment programs. And for the officers that are sitting here today, Gary will be working with you this summer through the program, and so will several other of our LITs were just notified. So summer employment as well outside of Christie Lake. So all these programs, and every one of these were the kids that you saw there, touch points. So your dollars you're raising, these go to all these programs, plus into every one of those youth that you see here, and all the other kids. So that's why they're holding this up high, so that you can have your visual of what you support.
It's tough sometimes to hear the words, isn't it? But it's, I think, important to hear them and see those pictures and understand what's going on behind the scenes. And that's why we are so grateful to have everyone here. Fantastic job, guys. And Jesse, don't worry. You did great. I get lots of panic attacks on the radio and don't recover nearly as well as that. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce a very important person of this whole thing. It is the board president of Christie Lake Kids, Chris Hughes.
Thank you, John. What a wonderful morning. I've been asked to close this morning's event off. First of all, by talking about why I volunteer and why I'm involved with Christie Lake Kids. Jesse, you said it all, and how do I come after that and talk about why I'm involved with Christie Lake Kids? Jesse said it all. I do a lot of volunteer work in the community, but I have to say that my involvement with Christie Lake Kids is primarily for three reasons. Certainly the families and the kids and the children that we work with, that's very important in my life, and I think it's very important in our community's life, to ensure that not only that we provide or try and provide as best as we can, as close to an equal playing field as possible. given all the circumstances and the challenges and everything else that these families are faced with. The second reason I'm involved with Christie Lake Kids and other volunteer work in the community is the community itself. Ottawa is a community of giving. There are a lot of people in this community that volunteer their time, their energy, and certainly their dollars. I find that, sure, I can write a check, I can pull money out of my wallet, I can buy tickets, but I really appreciate the time and energy that I can put in to working with the various charities and certainly Christie Lake Kids. The time that you put in to work not only directly with families, but also in the background, working on the board, working on various committees of the organization are important, very important. And I guess finally, the other reason why I'm involved and want to stay involved with Christie Lake Kids would be for the staff. We have a dedicated group of individuals who do fabulous work. It's work that some of us would never want to do. To be very honest, it's work that is surprising, it's touching, it's difficult. In some ways, it's hurtful. I don't know how, Darcy, Tammy, how do you sleep at night? Knowing some of the things that you've dealt with during the day. It's because of them and because of the other staff at Christie Lake Kids that I stay involved and will continue to stay involved for as long as I can until they kick me out. So at this point, I've also been asked to comment or talk to 3 letters of support that we did receive, people that wanted to be here but couldn't. We have a message from the, I'm not going to read the entire letter because there are some ways, I guess, why they're political in nature, and we want to keep our breakfasts down. So I can say that because they're not here. So Vern, just remember next year to make sure that you're here. So I'm only going to read a few lines from each letter. The first letter is from the Minister of Children and Youth Services, Laurel Broughton. In the letter, all participants in the Enbridge Canoe for Kids event are part of the all-hands-on-deck approach that is contributing to our target of reducing child poverty by 25% over 5 years under Ontario's poverty reduction strategy. So thank you, Minister, for that. Mayor Jim Watson says, children and youth who are from vulnerable communities or at risk and those with developmental challenges have an opportunity at Christie Lake Kids to acquire essential life skills like problem solving, decision making, and conflict resolution, while also strengthening their mental health and physical well-being through their participation in activities which enhance their athletic abilities and appeal to the remarkable quest for knowledge. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the dedication and valuable efforts of the Christie Lake Kids executive and staff who help to keep alive its mission to bring the positive experience of summer camp to underprivileged children and youth in our city. Mayor Jim Watson. And finally, Maria McRae, who, as many of you know, is here every year, year after year, in support of the Enbridge Canoe for Kids. Couldn't be here this morning. She's actually quite sick. She apologized for not being here, but she says that everyone here today knows what a fantastic fundraiser Enbridge Canoe for Kids is. It is only through our fundraising that many deserving kids will attend camp this summer. The opportunity to attend camp will provide those children with cherished memories and important leadership opportunities. They also return home from camp with a more positive outlook on life. To make this happen, I encourage you to round up a team, grab a paddle, and participate in this fun-filled event. We simply cannot do it without you. I look forward to seeing you on June 4th. Sincerely, Maria McRae. Finally, I would like to just, on behalf of Christie Lake Kids, on behalf of our families and the children we work with, on behalf of the staff, and on behalf of the Board of Directors, I'd like to thank our sponsors, certainly Enbridge, Rick, thank you for being here this morning. CGI, Margaret, thank you for being here and your kind words. Trevor Doyle, the guy that I look up to because I have no choice, of Doyle Homes. The Delfino Group, Scotia McLeod, thank you. The Ottawa Police Association, where's Andrew? Oh, there you are, right there. Right, sitting too close, I need my glasses. Jack Green with Lakeside Gas, Jack, thank you for being here again. And Steve, you know, year after year, it's easy for me, I sit at the table, it's the first time you've asked me to come up and say something. I don't know if you're afraid of what I'm going to say or not, but Steve, you've helped put this together year after year with the work of your committee and your staff, and on behalf of the board and other colleagues of yours. I'd like to thank you for your help and your participation in putting this together. It is such an important fundraiser for us. And in fact, in many ways, it is a fun-filled day. It's a family day. And Steve, you remind us year after year that it is a family day, and we want to keep it that way. So thank you for continuing to do that. I'd also like to thank the young folks over here holding up the signs. You too, Tammy. Just thought
yeah, that's just funny.
I'd like to thank you for showing up this morning and helping out and certainly serving the food. Thank you for the extra spoon of potatoes. I really needed those. Anyways, thank you all for showing up this morning. I know it's awfully early, and we do try and keep to the schedule and get you out of here on time. Talk to your friends, your neighbors. If you don't have friends, talk to your neighbors. But encourage them to come out as well on June 4th. It is an exciting day. It's a fun day. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. Steve is in charge of that. He's done a good job here after you. So once again, thank you very much, and we'll look forward to your participation. I guess.
More door prizes.
More door prizes.